Let's go. Hey, a chicken noodle soup. I don't know why every time I hear that, what you like, let's go. I always hear that.
But that's very odd, like to start the private, right? We busting with that.
Chicken noodles. I'm sorry, I embarrassed you.
Yeah, she is definitely embarrassed with that. But guess what?
Back to the yak.
We're back. What's up, y'all?
And welcome to another installment, another insertion, another episode of Transparent Energy, the podcast.
Recording live
From the 215
with your hostesses, the Mostesses,
the lovely Lady Bambi D, and
me, Jordan B. So, what's up, guys? We're back. Another week and another great episode in store for you guys. Very enlightening. There's a lot been going on in this actually day and a half, more so. And I definitely think it's some things we can definitely touch on that is just perfect for what's going on right now.
well, you already know I proclaim perfect for us in our algorithm with our stories being so current as we come back weekly.
Yeah. It's
so
the only thing to do.
A lot of stories that we give are definitely stories that you've heard with probably a little bit more elaboration and more, personal feeling into it coming from your girls from Transparent Energy. But it's been like Jordan said, it's been a great week. It's been a fulfilling week, and fulfilling in the way of being excited. Everyone's excited. We're all excited about the natural events that's going on here in the world. Excited as it does not necessarily mean in a good way, but excited. Everybody's talking.
Up in arms.
Everybody's
up in arms,
and they're up in arms and reacting.
Crazy
kind of move, yeah. But with the earthquakes going on, the tornadoes, the mess, it's a lot. It's been a lot going on, But before we get to those, and before we really quickly get to our affirmations, I want to first ask you, Jordan, how are you physically, mentally, emotionally?
Well, first of all, thanks for asking. I think that's a good way to start things off in a way, being so that's something we said that we're going to start. Remember, that was one of our affirmations probably 2 weeks ago, to be physically, emotionally, mentally healthy. And mentally, I am doing pretty okay. I have my days when like I said, I have a very active mind, so it can be all over the place at any point of the day, at any point in time. But as of right now, as of today, at this second, I'm doing pretty good. Emotionally, I'm doing pretty good. Honestly, I am doing pretty good. Physically, I just actually got word that I need to slow down and change kind of my lifestyle habits, which I've already
habits,
like as far as like eating and exercising and stuff like that. Honestly, we've already been talking about this We have been already talking about making these certain lifestyle changes and
how necessary they are.
And that's just a sign. That's like the sign of all signs right there, because it's coming from the doctor's office, and they was telling me that certain levels that I had were a little higher than usual, and so I know now that I have to slow down My favorite things, which is sweets. I love sweets and I love candy and I love that kind of stuff.
But
But
you can definitely find healthier alternatives, and you can reprogram, your what do we call
brain.
it? No, not the brain.
You can
The dopamine.
Right.
You can program the dopamine from white sugar to natural sugars.
Because like I said, because I do know once I get into the habit, I know I'll be able to keep it going. But I just got to get to habit. But like I said, we've already been started, so I think it'll be a smooth transition. I just got to, because I've already been very conscious of how you already know how we've been talking about just eating and changing our eating habits. Like we've already been talking about it, just with what's going on in the world. Like I have been very conscious of what I put in me, even though I know I'm not can't catch everything all the time. But if I can make sure that I'm always checking the labels, always reading stuff, just to make sure. Like
you actually said something really decent the other night too when we were on the phone, which relates to gut health. And that's really important too. Like gut health is really
important.
Really important. A lot of times we don't.
That's the main shagoon. Like people don't really pay that no attention. Like people forget.
I admit,
think it's just the heart, the brain, and all that.
Yeah,
but our gut plays a big part of our body.
And you brought that to my attention too, because, like for me, I do know of family members that has had like issues or ailments dealing from gut health, and I am somebody like when it comes to like my health, I'm more of a target as opposed to a whole. You know what I mean? So, but when you brought up gut health and colonics, I'm like that is definitely that might be the way to go for real. Because it's going to take more than just exercise and eating good. At some point we have to either force fast or
definitely fast. But like I said, but let's you know what? Let's get into our information. Then let's continue. So how about this week? I'm gonna start off, and then we got bless the place. Always our positive words, because remember, you speak positive over your life and those around you, and even your surroundings, and believe it. You will see change. And like I said, the more you speak it, the more you will believe it, and the more you will see it. And we just want to start changing the narrative of how we speak to ourselves as human beings in general. I think we have been so conditioned to react in certain moments and say certain things, or just say things even just in general, and don't realize the power of our words. So I think a lot of us, I think we get so caught up in saying negative things that we forget that we should always speak positive things over ourselves and those around us in our environment. So I'm gonna start off with: we are resilient.
We are resilient.
We are very committed to our future.
We are very committed to our future.
We are extraordinary.
We are extraordinary.
And we are dynamic.
We are dynamic. Do that. For me, for this week, positive vibes all the time. So I'm going to start with we ask questions for clarity. That is not a question. That is just what we do.
That's what it has to be done.
Mm-hmm.
We ask questions for clarity.
We are the main characters of our lives.
We are the main characters of our lives.
We are mindful of each other's opinions.
We are mindful of each other's opinions.
That was funny to me because yesterday when we were going over our notes and stuff, I said, I don't remember how to spell mindful.
Oh yeah, maybe you said, how do you spell mindful? I said, M-I-N-D-F-U-L.
Oh, you're like full. You F-U-L-L.
No. But be mindful, guys. Be mindful.
My next affirmation, you did laugh a little, and it did come from confusion. But I think I know now what I mean by it when I say we will learn to laugh with love. I noticed.
We will learn to laugh with love.
I noticed that I like to laugh, and I like to have a good laugh, and I can laugh by myself. And I can genuinely find something decent or genuinely good to laugh at. I do find it very odd that if I'm hanging out in a social setting, just hearing people talk and the rhetoric. A lot of things I find myself, the butt of the joke is either someone or someone's situation or what someone is going through, unfortunately. And it just, and it just makes me realize that, damn, I have good laughs.
Maybe you need to go home and think about it.
Because
I love the way you say that. I love it.
I do have good laughs. I laugh by myself. I can find good things. And laughing with love is just finding things in every day that brings you joy, as opposed to
always laughing at somebody else's pitfalls and
or being the snicker and the
gicker.
The gicker. I like that. The snicker and the gicker. Because somebody always brings it like, and don't get me wrong, I'm guilty of it.
Some tea is hot, and we want some sip a little bit.
Yeah, but that hot tea can be addictive too.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, when it came to me, it all didn't download, but I knew where I was getting at with it. You were tickled to death.
I was crazy.
Yes. And this one, I'm going to say it the way you said it. Finally, we will love unconditionally.
We will love unconditionally. Oof, that's going to be hard, though. I think only God can do it.
No, because if God told you to do it.
Right. So, no, but I get what you mean. It's hard, though. But
it is hard.
But you know what? But I think we kind of do it.
No, we do it. We do it naturally. But I recognize how hard it is, and how
things that I still can't seem to like, and I don't know where that, and I can't seem. It'd be like it blocks out.
It's just some things that like
did you forget, like, literally? I don't know. Anyway, guys. So now that you asked me, now that we're over with that, now that you asked me, how was your week and how are you doing mentally, physically, emotionally? Here's the thing.
Well, like you, my week has it's felt fast.
Yes.
Fast. I don't know where the time is going.
And why is it rushing?
And why is it rushing?
We're running too. It's like crazy.
Yeah,
it's about to be August, literally next week. September, October. My birthday, your birthday, little bit.
Yes.
My birthday, your birthday. No, my birthday.
Yeah,
your birthday. Our transparent energy
anniversary. Oh my goodness!
Oh
my God!
And then it'll be your birthday. It's like right around the corner. It's not even 6 months anymore. It's now the 5-month mark left of this year.
Yes, we're over that. That's decent. Consistency is everything, and transparency. That I don't know. That's everything.
Well, I think that we're living in an age now where people want something real. I think we're living in as such because now with the rise of AI and virtual reality, it's going to be hard to differentiate a lot of different from the real from the fake. You see what they've been already talking about as we just start our hot topics. You already seen what they've been talking about, this cloning that's been going on. And then I just seen something earlier too that added on to when you was even bringing it up when you talked about it the other day. It might really be some because Ice Cube just recently talked about it on social media. Was talking about some things with the with Hollywood and the industry. Like he really went into depth. I don't know right offhand. And then Monique was just on Roseanne because Roseanne Barr.
Did you see that?
I didn't see the whole sit down, but I seen a couple clips of it. But Roseanne been on some. Who would have thought that Roseanne would be one of the people that is.
I'd have knew.
Bring awareness to certain stuff.
Because
when
Roseanne, I remember when Roseanne. Not to cut you off, I'm sorry, but I remember when Roseanne was blackballed. I'm not sure how you say that. Blackballed. She, I don't know, but she's with the people.
Mm-hmm.
She's with the people. She's always been.
I think that's probably why she got blackballed. It was something that she stood up for.
It was something about nigger. Excuse my French, but it was something about the N-word. And I don't know if she stood up for it, but she definitely stood against it.
Right.
And it was like a lot of people who backed her up was telling her to stay out of that. Mm-hmm. And her whole thing was, this isn't about a black or white thing. This is about what's right and what's wrong.
Yes.
That's where Roseanne Barr stood in, and that's how I knew her last name, because
And that's why
I always knew her as Roseanne from the show.
Mm-hmm.
But Roseanne Barr,
and like I said, she has a platform where she can't be censored. Like I said, in a little pocket. Her and Monique is really bringing awareness to a lot of different. I just think that over the week, that because Monique said something funny about how it can kind of be believable because if you see certain celebrities don't look the same, she was like, they're not blinking. She said, they're not blinking. She said, yeah, I see you ain't blink over there or swallow in about 3 minutes. Something like that. Something.
she said,
and I was cracking up. I was just like, but that, like, what it, like, that is, this is what our world's coming to.
that's exactly what our world has already been. And it's just so crazy that the only reason why we don't know this, and I heard this earlier, is the only way a people can be oppressed is if you take their knowledge and information and not give that to them. The world would be so much, in my opinion, the world would be so much easier to deal with, in my opinion, if we already knew that all of these things already existed. And the only thing that's keeping us from debunking whether it is or not is the continuous growth of keeping it divided. You see what I'm saying? It seems like the name of the game is throw a problem out there and never give the answer to the solution and let them fight amongst each other. So it's just crazy.
And because, like I said, I just see even too with a lot of the actors, they're like on an actor strike too. It's like an actor strike going on, and it's weird because like a lot of I know one of the things they were talking about is how even now they're trying to use the likeness. That's why they got this AI thing set up, or however they get having it set up, or cloning to the fact where they'll be able to use your likeness forever without having to pay you. They'll pay you one good time and then never pay you again. It's like, oh,
that's crazy.
this is getting too out of control.
It is getting out of control.
I don't want these flights.
But the thing is, it's not going to get out of control to do something.
Excuse me.
You know what I mean? Like I see it getting out of control and being destroyed. I don't see it being out of control and producing and being, I see it getting out of control and then something happens. It just backfires and then things, crumble. I feel like that's what's kind of going on now. Things are crumbling. They're erasing history right in front of our face. They're creating new history in front of our face. Honestly, with the help of some of our sisters and brethren.
Right. Not sister and brethren.
Sisters and brethren helping push the agenda to change history and create this new history under this new world order. That's what that is. That's what that young person was talking about.
Right. Well, we're gonna do that in a couple minutes.
Not yet.
But let's talk about. Last week we reported about Carlee Russell.
I love that.
We reported how a young woman named Carlee Russell from Hoover, Alabama, seen a young child walking on the side of the road. She was on the phone with her family. Her mom or dad, all they heard was her talking, saying that she seen what she seen. She supposedly was going down to where the child was at. She supposedly was acting like, I guess, was like, hey, come here. And then all you heard was, ah! And then the phone went blank. So the parents are the ones that called.
Oh, so Carlee never. With the parents when this happened?
She was on the phone with, I think it's her mom or her dad. She was on the phone with them while this was going on. So all they heard was her scream and the phone go blank, which made them call the police. And the police is, when they came to the scene where we told y'all that her car was still there, her wig was there, not too far away from it, or in that phone, all that was in the vicinity. So she got national news for it. Like, everybody was sharing it.
Yeah,
everybody was praying for
missing. That's startling.
Well, now they're saying that she wound up coming home. She walked home. Not only probably a day and a half later.
Malfunction.
A day and a half after this happened, Carlee winds up at her parents' house in the middle of the night. I guess half dressed or almost naked, whatever. However, she came home, and I know one of the articles just said that they called the hospital, what they call it, ambulance, or something to get take her to the hospital to make sure that she was cool, she was okay. But then they said something like to the extent of that she was unconscious, but an unconscious conscious, but no,
she walked home unconsciously.
No, that when they called, they was reporting for an unconscious person at the house, but when they got there, she was conscious, and it was just.
This is what the cop said.
No, that's what the report said. When she called the ambulance, when she called the people, they said that when they called, they said she was unconscious or something when she got home. But when they got there, she was conscious. So they're saying they don't. It's just the story's odd. Not only that, but Carlee has been on Instagram too, telling people mind their business. She's not telling nobody nothing. Not only that, but she also was seen dancing in a video, twerking on this video in her living room to some music. Just don't care in the world. They're saying that she really did this for attention of her boyfriend. They're saying that she was watching. She on her search history, she was searching up Taken the movie. I don't know how accurate that is, but allegedly that's what they say. But this just in. They were saying that according to very close sources, she had been involved with this guy. In her previous life, she was a dancer, a stripper, or something like that. Them two had gotten together. The details were sketchy on their relationship, but when it was all said and done, he didn't want to deal with her anymore. And apparently, this was a ploy to get him back. Because if he does it. Are you serious? So she was basically, she did all shots. So it was given like if you care about me enough, he'll care about that I'm kidding it. And that boy probably ain't called and nothing to say nothing. Copy that. No, but I think they did say he responded to something. But was that like she's crazy? But like I did hear just that she basically lied because they also said that she drove to Target get some snacks. There's just a lot going on. They got her on the camera in the Target parking lot. So it's a lot. That my agents have changed is the perfect definition of mental health. You want some attention, man. Yeah. When you go as far as committing, I'm gonna say it, a nationwide scare, and so many people are missing that need nationwide attention, exposure, help, or anything. You seen it wasting people, right? Not only that, you got nationwide questions, and you only have one answer. Everybody mind our business. You are our business now. Girl, you okay? You are our business, Carlee. You was all over the place. People was praying for her. Like people was really. I know. I said a prayer. I ain't gonna lie. I felt a little stupid at first. Then I seen the post that said, "Don't feel stupid for your prayers because whatever it was, that conviction made her bring her behind home." You know what I'm saying? Because at least we all knew that she wasn't dead. Thank God she wasn't dead. But still, you did all that for what? Attention. I can't help. Allegedly, I can't help but see the bigger picture that this was the worst time to cry wolf. For our people, in the wrong time. This was the worst time. You were the wrong person to cry wolf as a black woman. For our, you understand where I come from? Totally get it. On a bigger scale, like that, you just gave them a reason to not look at us, to not care. They already don't care because of the stuff that they done. But they already don't care about that. But what they did care about is you wasting their money using their public TVs and stuff like that to get your message out, and wasn't nothing wrong, and you wasn't gone. Yeah. I know her family is disgusted. I know her family. I know the ones that is like, wow, like I know you had us on this TV crying and cutting up, and you sitting here acting crazy. Did he call? That's what she probably said. That's what she probably said. Girl, fuck that. Did he call? Did he call, bitch? He ain't called yet. He drawing. He fucking up my plans. The world has gone, man.
Yes, the world has definitely gone mad.
Call for me, yo. She is the big yo. I'm sorry,
the world has gone mad. She literally, and she was somebody who's conscious of it. She said, "Girl, watch me." This is what she said. Action. She said, "Girl, he ain't calling me. I'm gonna make him call. I'm gonna make him call." I said, "What you gonna do, girl?"
Trust me, she probably would have answered. She probably the only call she would have answered. That would the only call she answered. Hey, where you at? I just want to park lot. Ain't supposed to that.
And look, and this was the gag. I bet you she probably had a return story.
So this would have to happen for you to call me. This would happen to happen. I gotta do this.
I got a soul that I'm dead and somebody kidnapped me. You don't care.
This shit's 25, so she's
Yeah,
immature.
Just immature.
It should be because
she's a little hurt, but that's
she go to hell in the history books.
Yeah,
if she wouldn't make history. She made history.
Talk about a distraction,
a big one. A big. What about the tornado?
Okay, so in North Carolina, the tornado that basically hit. It was in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. As a matter of fact, it for some reason it skipped the town and the houses and went straight for the Pfizer factory. And it just makes me think of sometimes some of the things that you say when you be like, some people say God works in mysterious ways, but you have a saying that you say, and I don't got it all the way right, but you're like, you say something to the effect of, whereas like if God don't want it there, God's going to take it right out.
Yeah,
He's going to like move it without a doubt. And so I couldn't help but when I finally like read into it in totality,
and then we know because remember we at first thought that it was fire at first, or just like through that destruction, but through a tornado. Oh yeah, that means that was
that definitely
that was a whole different kind of destruction. Yeah, and that was by the nature.
Yeah, and
man-made nature.
Tornado destroyed it, and spewed all over the town like 50,000 pallets of the medicine of the vaccine medicine. And their whole thing was, they're like, these vaccines were supposed to go to the hospitals in the nation and nationwide and
yeah, no.
And it's like, that's a distraction. That's what y'all want us to go and be in an uproar about.
Yeah, no.
But
they're trying to make more. Yeah, no.
God said, stop. That's enough.
Stop it.
That's it. God said, not today.
Stop it, not today. And this one
today.
Is done and null and void. Out of here. So I don't feel bad about that.
So if you ask what happened to COVID, God stopped it. Real straight up.
God stopped it.
Ooh, yes.
God,
watch
God stopped it.
Yeah. I like to do it like that. But onto other natural things too. I don't know if you knew, but down in Mississippi, in the Gulf area or whatever, scholastics teach you that Atlantis was fake, but I believe it is real, and some new land because of the heat and everything. Well, basically the heat, the sun drying up everything, exposing the earth, the inner earth and stuff. These islands were what they thought were islands popped up in the Gulf, and it's actually the top levels of a grainy terrain in which a 240-foot pyramid sits on top of. So basically, in the Gulf of Mexico, or in that area, there is a pyramid there, and there is once upon a time was dry land, and there was no Gulf. And basically the sun is drying all that up and showing that, and people are like losing their mind. In other words, it's basically, imagine going out and looking over a lake, and it is what it is. You get used to seeing it. But now when you go out and you look and you start to see this land that looks like nobody inhabited that land. Like nobody is inhabited it. We can move there. And I think that's what the excitement is about. It's like, just when they tell us that it's no more land and that we're overpopulating the earth, the earth is literally showing us, oh no, it's plenty.
It's plenty, yes.
It's plenty of room for everyone.
It's a lot of room.
Yeah.
It's a lot of room. Like you said, they just don't want us to believe that. You're so right. That's true. They're just, it's like, so we all know it's a lot of cap. There's been a lot of cap up and a lot of lies and a lot of stuff that's just, it's just coming to light, and which I'm so glad we're living in such a generation where I always say where things are getting exposed, it's so awesome to see. That's why they keep trying to go to such great lengths for us to not see it. But if God wants us to see it, it's gonna be seen, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. And we've been seeing it because God's been showing
it down. Well, talk about showing. They is. But as another hot topic, and this is just literally a hot, burning hot topic because this just happened within a couple hours. Jess Hilarious, and those who know her, aka Jess with the Mess, who's known from Instagram. She's just, she's an influencer, / comedian, businesswoman, black woman. She went on a rant. Well, not even a rant, but she just responded to a video like how most people do. They had their response video. She responded to a video from a trans,
from a young girl,
from a baby trans,
from a young girl,
from a young girl. From a young girl,
because I want to be respectful,
yes,
but education, informative.
From our community, from the LGBTQ community, who had made a statement concerning periods,
her validity, and womanhood.
Go ahead.
So a young girl from our community made a video in reference to her validity and claim to womanhood in a sense of trying to shun or take away the natural birthright of women.
Yeah, what women naturally do.
Right.
They would just have periods and give birth. And this young lady said that women are trying to be gatekeepers of this. Is not theirs. They don't own periods. They don't own birth. It was a very ignorant comment from the young lady in our community. I can honestly say, because a lot of people are getting at Jess. I get it though, but we must start at the root, because she was only reacting to a video. Jess's reaction was very, who was going to stand up for women when you trans people want what we got. How dare y'all? Basically, like, y'all delusional to think that y'all can bleed and have birth. Y'all can't. It's basically where she was going with it. Jess is not this is not her first time saying anything of that nature, a homophobic or transphobic slur. Jess has also been mistaken for a trans person. She has went on a show and talked about an experience with her in someone's DM, or with someone's in her DM. They wanted her, a celebrity was in her DM, wanted to fly her out, but thought that she was trans and wanted her to penetrate him. And, so I'm guessing she gets, but she's very, she has a very raspy kind of masculine voice,
and that's
kind of aggressive,
and it's still,
so she gets that a lot. So,
but it's still,
you don't know what, you don't know what the root of the the hatred really came from.
See, but I have to speak on it.
Well, not hatred,
we can't.
But
that goes into the rhetoric of trying to take someone's pain away. Trying to tell someone how they should respond.
Right.
And
because we all have this,
we all have that, and I've been thinking about this.
Speech.
So I respect Jess for speaking her mind unapologetically and standing in her right, whether she offended someone or not. Only on the first statement that she made when she said,
I love how you
when she
I love how you said it. Only.
Yes, only when she made the statement, when are women going to stick up for women? I get that where she's coming from in her sense, which makes me say, which makes me agree to that in a sense. It wouldn't be right for me to have dialogue with my mature sister about a mistake a young girl, verbally put out there that unconsciously connects us all. So before we jump all over Jess for her reaction, I want to take Jess's advice and say, trans women, stand up and start educating our young women Because it's one thing to say, don't group us together, don't loop us together because we're all not the same. But if none of us smart ones or educators or ones that are willing to, teach or be positive, or change the narrative, to what it actually is, when are we gonna do that? Because it's just not enough saying don't group me in with that. When are we gonna say, you know what, Jess is absolutely entitled to how she feels, and let's not really focus on what she said, because when the shoe is on our feet, we're the same way. We're the same way.
Right. There's I mean, in the sense that I get what you're saying as far as publicly. Like I said, I think that how can I say it too? I think that again, I think she's definitely entitled to her opinion. I think that she definitely had some pointers there because again, we see what makes it different too is because I think society also has this thing where they all think that we want to be this, like they have their own set standard for what a trans person is, likes, wants, moves,
and that's okay according to society.
Well, no, but I'm just saying they feel like, just as far as I'm trying to go into what I'm saying about just as far as there are, because a lot of them call us delusional because they all think that we just want to have pussies. They all of them think that we just. A lot of them think that we don't know.
Say all of them because you're doing what they're doing.
Okay, I'm sorry. A lot of people
your experience has shown you.
Yes, my experience. There you go, like that. My experience has shown me that my experience has shown me that people feel like we just want to be the typical standard woman. I'm guessing, like dominated, overly. I guess I don't know,
a copy.
Yes,
and it's exactly that, because that's how it comes out. In my experience, I relate to feeling that people who just don't understand, who just are ignorant by the lack of knowledge, will instantly call you a copy when they know what the real thing is. And I've learned that just because you see and don't know what it is doesn't make that what it is. So there's room, from how I see it, there's room for the trial and error, but there's also room for education too. And
it's the educational moment,
right? And the educational moment can be all the time if we emotionally, if we learn to grasp and catch ourselves before we're so quick to respond. The only issue that I have is that there's not enough light on the young girl who made the statement, as if, and just to go off of what you said, I get how society works, but society has nothing to do with facts. And this young girl created what she deems is a fact and is pushing that agenda out there in a way that is, and if it were me, and it has been all of us, in a way to put you down, you're going to speak on it. I don't think anything would have been said if she would have not said anything that she had no business touching. And like I said, being a trans woman, I understand the relation of having a mood swing or a mold that us as people all go through. When we are trans, we go through what I like to call a chemical imbalance, which may be or may not be relatable to the cis women who we all have made known or seen from our own experience, and relate that to cramps or bloating or any type of natural feminine, whatever's going on, in the body or whatever. But I don't think it was enough of us women to come out and say, hold up, that young girl was wrong. She was wrong.
Right. Like I said,
and that's just that.
Yeah, true. Like I said, she definitely sparked a very ignorant comment, and just responded with a very ignorant.
And right, it may not have been the best delivery.
It was right, but like I said, but I just want.
But we know how us and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but we know how us trans girls get when someone tries to take our womanhood from us. So first, we got to recognize our identity. Then we recognize our womanhood is individual. And that we cannot just take it upon ourselves and feel ultra woman and just say, we're taking that now. Because now that's just something different.
Yeah, now that's understood. Like I do believe that, like I said, a lot of us aren't proud to say. Some trans women do say I'm a woman. That's just it.
Like, and it's not to take it away from you.
Take away.
But don't be a lying one.
Right.
Don't be a lying one. Be the bionic one. I love that. Yes. Be the special woman. You are who you are. Look, you are who you are in your own identity and own right. Natural, cis, however y'all want to call it. Your mother, your sister, your aunties, they are exactly what you are. God's fingerprint. You're supposed to be different.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. I think that we need to start embracing that we are different kind of women. It's okay. Let these women be their biological women self, and they're tired of being called cis too. Because I seen a lot of posts where they said they're tired of being called cis.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's crazy.
They are tired of it.
Like, where did that come
from? Where did it come from?
Or y'all just gonna have us accept the fact that we cis when we just already just been us forever?
What? Honestly, because cis did come out. Cis came out. Only cis I knew was SIS.
Right, and that was when you was being phony.
Yeah.
The times have changed.
It was definitely a term of phony endearment. It was phoniness down. Yes, that's definitely meant. That's why people.
And now that's why y'all got this calling them, because now y'all think they phony. Like, stop.
I don't know.
I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it this week.
Yeah. I definitely, like I said, this was definitely because it has stemmed a very hot debate across. But I am loving that there are a lot of biological women that are standing up for the girls too. Like because again, just comments were very, very ignorant to a degree.
So was the young girls.
Yes, but we're going back to just comments. It was very real and raw. And we're not taking away from her, but again, people have to just understand the platforms that they have. And I get, there's nothing wrong with shaking the table, but you also have to be ready for the consequences. And they are ready. Like I said, Justice already has a lot of strikes against her for certain stuff. And again, I just believe, like, sometimes we just need to be very conscious of just what we say, how we say it. Again, I think a lot of us need to be more educated before we just get up on platforms and say a lot of crazy stuff. Because once you say these things, you can't take it back. You can't take it back. She can't change the narrative now because people, you already said it. And but obviously she's not, because she's still going at it with a lot of different trans women. She just called one of our fellow trans sisters, Angelica Ross, out for just chiming in on something, But I did see a little promotion.
We know the domino effect, because at the end of the day, we cannot exclude her consciousness from knowing what's going on. So we already know she responds. She's going to keep responding. But she was
now she's in Bandicam mode up. She in attack mode.
But see, we don't know what she's saying and who else is coming for her, and it all goes back to her having the right to clap back however she wants. Unfortunately, it's not pleasing to our ears. But what isn't pleasing to my ears is that the fight ain't even. And if we gonna fight, let's make it a freaking fair fight. But if the fight not even, then I'm just not here for it. Because I think
we already have enough bickering between female and trans, and it's a big old thing. It's a big old, you're not a real woman anyway, kind of stuff that goes on anyway. It's very seldom that a trans woman can find a real, honest, genuine woman friend that's not, that's not even gonna say I hate her, but that's not out here that's trying to make her look bad or trying to pour out her character or trying to tell people about her business.
And I relate to that. But I also know of stories from women that I've grown up with, that I've known, that have had whether a gay friend who turned trans, whatever, who had done something to them to give them whatever opinion that they had to form on people like us. And I've learned that through education that knows that I'm not the only type of person that things happen to like me. Mm-hmm. Things happen to everyone. And when we start to see that certain behaviors that mimic the same situations is just a reminder of just that. You know, that girl is, whether she's in go mode, banshee mode, or whatever, whatever, she was struck a nerve, and she knew consciously that if I say something, I'm probably going to be compelled to keep going. And she did say that at first, that I wasn't going to say nothing, but I am, you know. So we cannot keep looking at her comments and seeing how she react without one of our trans sisters trying to find out who that young girl was so she could get out here and straighten this whole thing out and say, you know what? I recognize that I probably pushed some buttons, but that was not my intention. Let me reiterate.
I think that would be dope if she do need to stand up.
And that's what I mean when I say,
nice to see her. I have not seen
where are our women at? Where are women at that's stepping up to the plate, that's saying what I'm saying? Find her, have a discussion with her, and let her see.
Yeah, let me talk. But
this is why the girls can't come together.
Say no, but no, bro. No, because like I said, at the end of the day, it's putting a bad stereotype out. You know, like for us again, just that that we, like I said, we got to be accountable for our own stuff sometimes. You know, so like you said, we. I think we get so sensitive to a point where every time somebody disagrees with something, we make it a big thing. And I get it because we've been effed over a lot. You know, we've been disrespected a lot. A lot of hate does come from a lot of our black women. When you do see a lot of homophobic, and especially in the black community, it's a lot of toxic masculinity that is formed from a lot of black women that don't see us as who we are and don't respect us as who we are. So I get both sides in a way, but I do respect a lot of the biological women that have stand up for us and said, listen, Jess' opinion was Jess' opinion. That's where it was really coming from. What I was talking about from the gate. Like I'm thankful for the girls for the real women that stood up for us too. That said, you know what, listen, I love my trans sisters. Like, I don't know what Jess is feeling like. I get how she, but look, even as a lot of them were saying, even as a biological woman, I feel offended, because I'm not talking, she's not speaking for all of us. And so that was good, more refreshing to see. I honestly say, like, I get Jess how she feel, but again, Jess, she also has to understand, you gotta watch how we say certain things.
That young person needs to understand, and if nobody is educated, because you keep jumping on Jess.
But we're not going to jump on Jess. Jess is the one that really took it to the board.
She didn't. If that young girl would have never said nothing, it wouldn't. I'm not going to lie. I was offended for women when I heard this young person say it. I was offended.
I was,
and
because we talked. Like I said, I was like, wait,
so as much
and
as
a lot of other trans women feel the same way. Because remember, because it was a big old thing. Like I said, it's been creating such chaos. Like I said, Maddie, City Store, a lot of people have gotten to it. Even T.S. Madison and Jess had gotten to it. But T.S. Madison was saying that she agreed, like, wait, the period part, I lost you, sis. I lost you. Like, what you mean? Like, they are, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get, and I also get what, she was trying to also say as far as, because there are trans men that have periods. So she was trying to put the, I see what, but again, her delivery too, the young trans woman, young guy, it wasn't there. If she needs to get up here too, like I said, she needs to get up on here and just be like, listen, I see all the heat from my comment. I'm coming to let people, you know what I'm saying, or something.
And that's where the place of love. That's where I stand.
Left and love.
I've had enough. I don't want to keep seeing
bickering. And we already got another. Like I said, people are dying, and people are going crazy. Like I seen a girl posted. She was saying like people are dying. People are We got enough stuff to be worried about. Like, then keep tearing each other down, worrying about who this, who real, who not.
And who's still in periods.
Yes, because I seen a post where the woman was like, y'all can have them, baby. I don't want, and y'all can keep them. For a lot of us, I don't want to birth nothing out. Where is it going to come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, like, this is what we're saying, back to what we was going back to what you're saying. It's not a lot of trans women that are comfortable in this skin as far as knowing who they really are. And I'm not taking away from you feeling like the woman that you are, because you are that.
Mm-hmm.
But we are a special kind of woman. I'm sorry.
And I love the way you always say that. I'm sorry.
I hate that
being true to yourself.
Yes, we are a very different, special kind of woman, and we should stand on it.
And you can.
There's nothing wrong with being there. Why do we gotta take theirs? Like, let these look.
And that's how I feel. They're special because they. Can I be frank? They're special because they can do things like bleed and stuff like that. And birth.
We're here because of a woman.
Right. But we're special because we have our own capabilities too. You know, a lot of us are very ambidextric at what a lot of people like to call what do they call, like, not sex jobs. Not fornication. What I mean is gender roles. Gender roles. You know, how some people will say things like the men are supposed to do this and the women are supposed to do that. No, I'm not going off of Miss Tasha.
No, because Tasha K kind of, she another one. She needs to just cry.
Yeah, some people just
Tasha K gonna say that women is transgender because men are the only ones that possess male and female. I said, Tasha, don't you owe Cardi B some money? Don't you owe people money?
But this is what I'm saying. When you
put your 2 cents in the wrong bucket.
You
put your 2 cents in the wrong check, in the wrong cash app, in the wrong.
But you see how this has created the domino effect of negativity, right?
Yes,
that's all it's done. And it's
Tasha K went here.
And it's going to keep going as long as we keep focusing on what they say. Oh, they said this, instead of just going back to the root of the situation. And that's where I think somebody needs it.
And it goes back to, like you said, like, y'all don't have to keep reminding. And something that I do want for those biologicals, you know what I say, because, you know, I already seen the biological and the bionics. We're the bionics, y'all biologicals right now. But what I want y'all to stop doing as well is, again, putting all of us trans people into this one box of what, like, y'all see, hear, and know, because there is a different kind of each of us, you know, and we all have our own identities. We all proclaim a different thing. Gender and sexuality are two different things. Again, I want us to really get that through our head, because I think that y'all really seem to forget that the most. Gender and sexuality is two different things, and we're allowed to like what we like and do what we do and feel how we want to feel, just the way y'all are too, you know. And all this, oh, you can't and you shouldn't, and we can
stop projecting
and
start living. Love yourself, because we all know love is.
Because if you don't love you, then you obviously don't love somebody else and what they're doing. So why you worry about it?
And some of us mature people know you ain't got to tell me you love me. I can see whether you love yourself or not. Mm-hmm. We can see these things.
Right.
But to piggyback off of what you said really quick, you're absolutely right. We need to get people to understand that, yes, we all are different. We all do have our own identities, and we're not to be put in a collective or in a group to be all one of the same. And I think the only way, or one of the best ways that can be achieved, is what we're doing here on Transparent Energy. But it is not enough of us women, and I'm talking to my sisters. It's not enough of us out here who are.
Wait, I'm talking to my sisters too. The CISTERs.
Or the TAHS.
No, that's too, but I like that. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm sorry. The biologicals.
My sisters.
I don't even see.
But we need more of us being able to not be afraid to assert our identity, not be afraid to say, hey, I'm not different, but show people how we're different. You know what I mean? Like, we all have egos. We all have personas. But a lot of us don't lead with our heart, and I keep going back to that. Your heart is going to show and weigh everything that you're about. It's just that simple. Sometimes, in some cases, you'll get it, and I just feel like in some cases you won't. But in this day and age, the negativity is too high.
Yeah. It's just, and like I said, social media is making it worse because it's just giving people outlet to just say any and everything. Like I said, you really got to have a certain amount of tough, not even amount, but you got to have a really certain level of tough skin.
Or emotional intelligence.
to
Because it's emotional intelligence that keeps us from just saying what we want.
I mean, I don't know. Some people got emotional intelligence still say crazy stuff.
But that's not emotional intelligence.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think so. No, because emotional intelligence, at least for me, it tells me, okay, even though somebody said this and I'm ready to strike a nerve, I'm going to make sure that I say what I need to say without offending anyone first, and without making sure that I have to re-say it over again. That's what emotional intelligence does. It takes all the time from reacting impulsively and actually letting it, okay, looking at my steps. This is what needs to be done. Because I recognize that now I'm in trigger mode. I recognize that I'm ready to do what I'm comfortably doing, even though I say I'm not about that life, but I could comfortably already have it ready for those type of things. But changing the narrative to positivity is what it's all about. And
we got to get along out here. Because,
we got to get along.
What is going on?
It ain't about what Jess is saying.
Yeah.
For real. It's about what was said to make her say it. And I'm just be honest, what was said? Somebody tried to take
right.
Two wrongs don't make a right. But to make things right,
allowed to have, like I said, she just as well as that young lady from our community had.
That wasn't an opinion. That we know that wasn't an opinion.
I don't know what,
that was we know that was out of line.
Sis definitely took us out. I was confused. Like I said, we're not all the same. Like, stop putting this, and I have, going back to what I'm saying. Like, just because somebody makes a dumb comment like that, please don't because that's what y'all doing. Like you said, that's what y'all are doing. And that's what my experience is showing me that y'all are doing. And y'all putting us in the same box because of one person. And then a lot of y'all really do become surprised when y'all really meet some thorough trans women that's not into that, that's not for that. Like, that's why, and I seen it post too, that's why a girl said that's why a lot of trans people live stealth lives and don't tell people their business, because all of this, like, a lot of trans people don't want to be seen on all that. A lot of the people don't want all that attention on them, not all that. Like, y'all be thinking that trans people just want to be attention seeking, claiming this, that. Y'all swear, like.
But we really know that they just want us all to come out so they can feel comfortable.
Right.
They want us all to just come out, live, so that way they know. As long
as the person is doing it for kicks and giggles, is okay. Mm-hmm. As long as it's the Medias and the TTs and the Kikis and all of them out there that just do it for kicks and giggles and take them wigs off for money, drags for play. For pay or whatever they say, the Martin, all that kind of stuff. Like, it's cool, but when a person is living their life, then it's a joke. Like, it's not. I don't get it. But I wish we would stop it, and we need to stop. And I wish guys, it's about to be another week. Some more stuff going on. Let's pay attention to what's really going on in the world. We got so many more battles to fight than to be worrying about somebody in their opinion and somebody in their opinion. It is what it is. It's over with. Let's move on. It's a new day. By the time you hear this, we should be over this. We should be over. By the time I hear this, it should be over it.
Let's figure out what the real distraction is about.
We should be the last conversation y'all hear from these last couple of days about Jess. All we doing is just recapping what we've heard. But by the time I hear this,
we had to chime in too, because for transparent energy. Y'all already know we cover stories. We got to keep things right, but most of all, real and transparent. And all the time, our message is
it's love. Love. See it. Love is always the message.
Love is always the message. Look, she destructive. I must have hit a nerve.
Love is always the message, guys. And listen, that's all we have for you guys today. Thank you for tuning in. Again, you're on Apple. Go follow us on Apple, iHeart, Spotify, Instagram. Or subscribe to our YouTube. Make sure you comment, share, so we can get in the algorithm. Also, you guys can hit us up either on Instagram, or you can email us at TEnergy1
first.
T Energy, we get 1st@gmail.com. Everything is in the show notes. And again, thank you for tuning in. And we will see you guys another week and another time. Have a good week. Be kind to one another. And do something nice for someone else besides yourself. See ya, ciao.